All right, today, welcome to Tuesday's tip, and we're going to be talking about 2 creative ways to use masking fluid by stamping or spattering to give you a little bit of more oomph in your backgrounds. Have you ever wanted to just add a little oomph? Just something different in your watercolor paintings, but you weren't sure how? That's all right, I got you covered. I got 2 ways I'm going to show you today. If we haven't met yet, I'm Viv with Watercolor with Viv and Art with Viv. I am the founder, and today I wanted to show you these 2 really fun techniques using masking fluid. So let's go to the presentation. I'm going to first just explain what we're going to do, and then I'm going to show you. So we're going to stamp and spatter today. Stamping allows you to create shapes by coating objects with masking fluid, and then you just press it onto the paper. The coating the object with soap before masking, that will help make it stamping much easier and also help the cleanup. If you're using a rubber or foam stamp, pick one that has a simple design. A really intricate design is not going to work as well because the fluid will, just the nature of the fluid, it's not going to stamp that well. You can also use found objects, natural objects as stamps, leaves, stems, rocks, any kind of thing that has a texture on it that you want in your background you can use. Now the second method we're going to talk about is spattering, and that allows you to create effects like sand on the beach, sandy, grainy textures, snow, white light sparkles, just any number of things that you can do. Just use your imagination. And you'll use an old painty brush, not a paintbrush, people, a painty brush. Or an old toothbrush. You'll coat them with soap just like we did the stamps before dipping it into the masking fluid, and then cover any areas where you don't want the masking fluid to be spattered on your painting. You'll want to cover those areas because you don't want it to be spattered with the fluid. Now this is really important, so pay attention. You'll want to let your masking fluid dry completely once you have stamped or spattered on your paper before you paint over it. And number 2, let the paint dry completely before you remove the masking fluid, because we don't want any smudges or smears. So now let's go to the demo. All right, here I just have some watercolor paper, and I've had some different stages that I'm doing. I've already stamped using this stamp here, and all I did was I've got soap. I've already stamped using this stamp here, and I just used soap, and I had coated it. Then I used the masking fluid, coated it, and then just pressed it onto the paper, just like that. So that's drying. This one is already, the actual masking fluid's already dry, and I painted over it, and I'm going to remove that once it dries completely. There's some spatter here. You can't see it, but I'm going to show you exactly how to spatter as soon as I find my toothbrush. What did I do with it? Here it is. All right, so you'll just take your toothbrush, you'll wet it, rub a little soap onto it, and then dip it into the masking fluid, and then just take your thumb and splatter. And that creates all kinds of little droplets. Now you'll want to let that dry. Now I've already spattered up here, so I'm going to paint over that so that you can see the spatters. They're really tiny. You can make them larger just by adding a little more fluid to your toothbrush and going over the areas a couple of times. So now we're going to let that dry. Once it's dry, and this is the same technique for both, once this paint dries, which this one is dry because I did it previously, just take a rubber cement lift and rub off the paint. Oop, it's not all the way dry. Okay, see how it's smeared? That's because it's not completely dry. The paint isn't. But once you let it completely dry, this is what it looks like once you take it off. So you'll just take that off, and then you'll have a nice little stamp. Same with this. Once this paint dries, you'll just rub off the masking fluid, and you'll have this beautiful starry pattern. So I hope you enjoyed this tip, this quick Tuesday's tip to help save you time, save you money, make you a better artist. And if you want more, if you want a free watercolor course, then go over to my website. It is www.artwithviv.com. You can learn to paint this beautiful butterfly with watercolor. I have 5 step-by-step videos, reference photo, traceable outline drawing, supply list, 2 bonus videos, 3 easy ways to transfer your drawing, and masking fluid tips. So I hope to see you over there in my free course. If you have any questions, you can contact me at any time and I'll be happy to answer them. So hope to see you next Tuesday for another tip that'll save you time, save you money, make you a better artist. Bye for now.